In this video, we're going to see Representative Jasmine Crockett basically lay out the Democratic playbook for fighting fire with fire. Let's watch the full clip and then I'll give you my thoughts at the end.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of strategies that can be employed. Obviously, I came from the state house. Julie and I were both there. We ultimately broke quorum over something that was even smaller than this. I mean, obviously, it was a very big deal. And one of the things that I did not iterate in my comments is that we've talked a lot about how, we all know that everything's bigger in Texas. But I want to be clear that this is bigger than Texas. All right. And one of the things that we did not talk about is the fact that whoever is the speaker, which it needs to be Hakeem Jeffries, that is who's going to have to certify the election. Remember, they're talking about a third term. So this is bigger than Texas. This is why I am asking if there are other governors that are willing to do this, because this is about our democracy. This isn't about any singular seat right here, because we don't own these seats anyway. These seats belong to the people. But when we think about the fact that they are openly saying, oh yeah, there's ways to have a third term, well, let me tell you, they can nominate whoever they want to with the Republican rules, but we're gonna follow the Constitution up in here if we are the ones that actually have the gavels. So this is one of the reasons that I am asking for everybody to use whatever tools they have in their toolbox. It was the House that broke quorum when we were in the state house, but obviously the Senate, they could also break quorum. We know that they did that back in 2003 in the state of Texas. We also know that there are donors that I'm sure are going to be willing to make sure that they are investing and making sure that they can take down some of these candidates, since they don't want to rule out dark money. I'm sure some dark money gonna pour in on the behalf of the American people. So what I am saying is every tactic, as well as making sure we're touching people. I will spend a lot of time in the state of Texas. I have traveled this country, but I am going to be boots on the ground informing Texans, because listen to this. When we had our Senate election against that one senator that I'm not a fan of, Cruz, Beto lost by 3 points. But in that particular election, we only had a 17% voter turnout. We only need to turn out people in Texas. That is why they are so pressed to suppress their votes. So if we turn out, imagine what it looks like if 25% of registered voters turn out. So let me be clear. Just like on his little birthday, he had his bootleg parade that cost the American people close to $50 million for free. More people showed up around this country to protest him. We are going to do the same things. We're going to hit them polls and we're going to hit them hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Okay. So that's a lot. And honestly, thank God for it. I mean, the energy right there, you can just feel it. She is not messing around. She's basically laying it all out on the table. She's saying, look, we've done this before in Texas. We broke quorum over something that was honestly, in the grand scheme of things, smaller than the threat we're facing right now. And she's absolutely right to say that this is bigger than Texas. I mean, the whole country is looking at this because the Speaker of the House is the one who has to certify the election. That's a fact. And when she brings up the whole third term thing that people are openly talking about now, which is just insane, it puts everything into perspective, right? You realize what the actual stakes are. This is about whether we continue to have a functioning democracy. It's that simple. So when she starts calling for everybody to use whatever tools they have, I mean, she's calling out governors. She's talking about breaking quorum in the Senate, and then she gets to the donors, the dark money part. She just says it. Since they don't want to rule out dark money, I'm sure some dark money going to pour in on the behalf of the American people. And, part of you hears that, and it's a little jarring to hear a Democrat say it so bluntly. But then you take a breath and you think about why she's saying it. The other side has completely abandoned any pretense of following the rules. They just have. So what are you supposed to do? Just bring a strongly worded letter to a firefight? The most telling part of that whole thing for me was the statistic she dropped about the Texas election. Beto lost by 3 points and the turnout was only 17%, 1-7. That is voter suppression in action. That is the goal. They want to make it so hard for people to vote that they just give up. So when she says all they need to do is turn people out, she's right. That's the whole ballgame. If 25% of registered voters show up, it's a completely different state, a completely different country. It's the frustration. I feel that frustration. This idea that Democrats are supposed to be, I don't know, polite, while the other side is trying to dismantle the entire system. And what Jasmine Crockett is doing here is saying, nope, we're done with that. We are going to fight. We're going to be boots on the ground. We're going to use every tactic. We're going to hit them hard. And honestly, I'm here for it. The situation is What Island. And when one side is openly flirting with authoritarianism, you don't have the luxury of playing by the old rules. You have to fight for the survival of the republic, and that means using every tool you have, period. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the like button and subscribe. I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one.